up? Emery King here, man. I'm hauling out to Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio. Y'all suck. Worst shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. I hate doing the shout. I don't even want to fucking do it. You know what? Fuck all three of you motherfuckers. Mark, Tim, and TJ, fuck all three. Matter of fact, all three of y'all fuck each other on the air. It'd be better than the fart and dick jokes you're telling right now. Y'all suck. I'm just playing. You know I love y'all, man. TJ, thanks for looking out for me, man, and reaching out. And I love your podcast. Codpast. This is difficult. I love you guys. You're my favorite.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, episode 80. Somebody's fucking talking. Who's talking? Turn that shit off.
My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
What?
No idea, man. I'm
Meyer,
here
baby.
for the ride.
Right,
you guys welcome your new host, Richie Blue, with the sound effects.
Woo!
What up? Is it raining out there? How's the weather?
Raining man, baby.
I'm raining here. And it's supposed to blow out, and then I'm going to have a few good days to get some windows cleaned.
It's snowing here.
We were cold today. We were in the 50s, 55 this morning, and then it warmed up to 70. And tomorrow's going to be a little warmer. And then the weekend's going to get up into 70s and 80s again. So it'll be nice. But we've had some rain.
There was that was the weather with Larry, Curly, and fucking Mo. What the fuck? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I want to start working, man. Dude, I've been getting rained out like for a couple of weeks straight here. Starting to get a little bit, starting to sweat it. I might have to put my girl out on the street, earn some money.
I can completely and totally understand. I had to do a month's worth of work at the end of February in like 2 weeks. It was very difficult, and it was very cold, and I don't have any monies. So here we are on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Look,
You motivated.
Yeah! Woo!
as much as it sucks, imagine if you had employees. What do you do with those guys?
God,
man?
yeah.
Right.
Fucking fire and be like, listen, I gotta lay you off.
You're out of here, buddy.
Mama needs to eat.
Gotta make payroll, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta have some working capital.
They don't get paid. How do you work it when you guys, Mark, when your guys don't work for a week? I mean, you don't.
Well, honestly, we haven't ever. The only time we've lost we lost 10 days right after a hurricane, because I mean you just couldn't get around. Freaking telephone poles were laying across the roads, and at that time I only had salaried employees, and we were able to continue paying them. And they knew that once the schedule opened up and we were able to start doing stuff, that they were going to more than make up their time, because everything, I could imagine. I never really experienced too much snow, but after a winter, everything is filthy. I would assume it's the same thing after a hurricane, dude. They're like here we have most of our trees are palm trees, and there's fibrous debris around the palm fronds. That shit sticks to everything. We got to go out with boar's hair brush, and that's the only thing that scrubs it and captures it off the glass. Water-fed pole, not happening. You will clog a brush in about 10 seconds, But so everything is, So that was like really dark times. It was a week to 10 days.
And so you had guys on salary. Why did you have your employees on salary?
It's just easier than keeping track of time cards and everything else. I mean, I have one employee that's an hourly, and every morning he checks in, he fills out a time card, because we try to keep it that way. And the reason is because he's not gone to salary because, well, basically what I do is if I hire you, I give you an hourly wage that we discuss, and then after 6 months, we'll average out your pay. Okay, so if you work 45 hours a week, 40 hours some weeks, we average out what you collected, and over like a 3-month period, and we'll give you your best weeks, and that's your salary, which usually comes to a little bit of an increase for the next 6 months. And like I said, just because it's just easier to, I have my bookkeeper does the payroll now, so I don't have to keep screwing with that. So she knows it's the same direct deposits every single week, unless they work a Saturday. That's extra money, which we give them a check for.
Me and TJ on your direct deposit.
I would love to help TJ out. I offered, if
No, I'm
TJ
talking
didn't
about
have,
me and TJ. Period. I mean, I just want to be on your direct deposit, buddy.
well,
Yeah,
I don't
TJ
know,
may-
but-
I just want you. What I want you to do is add me to your direct deposit so I can
Right.
funnel,
okay.
siphon off some
the richest
funds.
man in window cleaning. That's all
Dude,
we want to do.
Just come down and make me laugh, and I'll give you a fucking paycheck. Because I think if you come
I think
down
next
here,
year. I think next year I'm just gonna go down there and work for Mark in the winter and just say fuck
I
it.
would. I'm serious,
Put
dude.
that together. You imagine the video we get?
Oh my god. I
Oh,
don't
You
know.
won't
Get it
show
up.
up anyways.
Yeah,
will
I
put-
gotta do something on the second floor.
Hello,
you're not
Aunt
gonna-
Tammy. I love you,
Yeah.
Aunt Tammy. There's Aunt
We love
Tammy.
you, Aunt Tammy.
You don't have a problem keeping them
I did-
motivated to work on a salary, right? I mean, you got. That's the thing I would be worried about if I got somebody on salary that's just going to slack.
Well, no, because they have to be self-motivated.
Mhm.
They have to be, and I have to trust them because I'm not going to babysit them. They're expected to do their work. And let me tell you, Richie, I have in route jobs and let's just say invoicing, probably 250 to 300 accounts either get mailed, emailed, or whatever. Trust me when I tell you, when there's problems with the guys not doing what they're supposed to, when those invoices go out, which I've got a stack of them here that are going in the mail from last month, the phone rings. Well, I'm not paying because the guy only came one time. The guy only came twice, supposed to be here every week. Or the guy didn't show up at all. And we take it out of their pay. I do. And it might be legal, might be illegal. I don't care.
Well,
Fucking
makes
sue
sense.
me. Fucking sue me.
makes
Because
sense.
guess what? I tell them these jobs, look, everybody has accounts that they get a hard on for that they don't want to do because someone's a bitch or the job just sucks or it's underpriced or it's just somebody annoys you and you don't want to do it. That's the nature of the beast. Okay. But I tell them, if we don't have them, you don't have a fucking job. You don't have a paycheck. So
Right.
bite your fucking tongue, do the job and get out of there. Be done with it. So
Mark, how many family members you have working for you?
I wish I don't have any family members, man.
Your wife?
Yeah,
There
my
you
wife.
go. Well, I mean, that's different. That's ownership. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
I'm-
physical employees.
Physical employees, no family. My brother.
That's how it has to be done.
Yeah.
That's how it has to be done. Family.
What about
No,
Joey?
Joey's different. No. I
Oh,
mean,
why is Joey different?
Because Joey can get. Joey can
Philip
get
Alexander,
hard-headed
you're barred
for
from
like
the
a week.
podcast.
He's
Nobody
done.
gives a fuck about the Sim Bob.
Oh my.
But I'm serious. Like, I mean, Joey can get. I mean, because Joey's built this with me, so Joey can get a little chip on his shoulder every now and then. Especially being my kid, I had to fire a guy because he wanted to beat up Joey.
What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want to beat
I
up
had to
Joey?
Oh, Joey, because he was drunk. I don't know. Because Joey's dad's kid, and Joey gets away with everything on the routes and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Now,
Yeah.
see,
So-
when I have a 18-year-old, and when he came out 2 summers ago,
Came out
he
how?
was 16. He came out to work.
Oh, I thought maybe,
Yeah. Yeah.
thought maybe he told you.
All right,
Mark.
hotshot. You think you're
I'm
fast
gay.
over there? You got no wit, motherfucker. No, but when I've mentioned this before, when he came out to work, I put him with my guys, because I'm like, and don't treat him like he's my son. You treat him like he's another member of the team.
Right.
Teach him.
Yeah, you don't want to
educate them.
discriminate.
Yeah, because when he's with me, he wants to sit in the truck and screw off. And but look, I come from a father-son window cleaning team, and I did that for about 7 or 8 years, and working with family, it's not easy, especially when you have different opinions about the way things go. I mean, dude, I don't lie. My old man, when I went back to work with him after he got sick, I said, look, now we got so much more. I can do so much more. We're going to go get some buildings and do some high rise, and you're going to buy the gear and the insurance, and then we're going to split it, the profits down the middle. And of course you learn that doesn't always happen. But point is, my old man would go buy insurance and give the premium down payment and never make a payment. And I'd go show up at the job, bucket chair, everything, and they'd be like, whoa, wait a minute here. We got to notice that your insurance is not valid anymore. You might want to look into that because you can't work here. And I'd call him up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But that's just the way he did things. He was very old school and,
Right.
collected cash, and that's the way he ran his business. So we thought very differently, and I can't say more out of the industry, but I wanted something different. So we butted heads until
So you became, after that, you decided I'm going to become the richest man in window cleaning.
Right?
No,
I've had
no.
enough.
I'll tell you.
I've
I'm
had
gonna go
enough.
own
I'm gonna be the richest man in
East
window
Coast
cleaning.
of Florida.
I've had enough. I'm short. My dad doesn't pay me enough. He's mean to me. Now I'm gonna be the
Yeah.
richest
off
man
the
in window
insurance.
cleaning.
Exactly.
I'll show
Right.
I'm
you,
gonna
Dad.
show them. I'll show them.
I'll show
No,
them.
Yeah.
Joey,
Yeah.
Joey's different because Joey built this with me. Joey started with me when he was 15. He was doing that online schooling. I said, "You're coming with me," because I took a subcontracting job with a company out of Tiffin. And I was doing weeks in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh at a time. Joey's with me at 15, learning how to do the routes, learning how to do the stuff, and then he's helped me this whole time I built this
No,
company.
Joey's worth a piece of the action. You know, it's a little bit different when I went back to work with my dad after he got sick. I was working 2 jobs. I was working my window cleaning job.
Seth Byers said,
we
Richie
go.
is the first in shape person I've seen who drinks Diet Coke. That's that aspartame, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Really. My what was I saying?
I don't know, but it was going to drone on and on about something
Yeah,
fucking
probably.
stupid
Keep it
you've
up, and I
already
will
talked
on
about.
some dog dick.
Gonna be that kind of night.
No, but when I went back to work with my old man, which was round 2, when he got sick, and I said to him, "Look, you know, what are we gonna do? You don't have enough work to support me and you, so let's build this up, or you're gonna do it yourself." And we built up within a year and a half enough work for myself, him, of limited capability, you know, because he was older, and an employee. And then when I said I wanted to go on my own, I've kind of figured in my head, since I helped him build all this, you know, like tripled the size of the company, that I was going to walk out with, you know, all this. And what I got was a set of ladders, a couple poles, 70 Blockbuster video stores, and a note for like $800 a month for 5 years. So, but it in the end of the day, it made me stronger. It made me want to succeed, you know, so I don't have regrets. But you know, look, if my 18-year-old wanted to go into window cleaning, if he decided to do that, I know how to point him in the right direction, and I would help him. Right. But I'm not going to hand it off to him, because anytime something's handed to you, it's not appreciated.
Right.
You know?
Well, I'm going to end up in Florida, so, I mean, Joey will just handle here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Come buy this shit. You can buy the whole fucking thing tomorrow. I'll move to Ohio, hang out with TJ. We'll run around and terrorize.
Well, if you're coming to Ohio, I'm not going. I'll just send Leah down there.
I actually have an email from Sea Glass Window Cleaning. It's kind of long. There's a bunch of questions in it, but this one right here I wanted to make sure got answered. It says subcontracting. I have a family-based connection that helped me get back into window cleaning. Dude owned a pressure washing company he bought off an old-timey local with another guy I know. And they have since switched to soft wash. He has told his customers he cleans windows too. He books and schedules the jobs based on my estimates and takes 25% cut, and I take cash. It was a good deal previously. Some business is better than none. Moving forward, he is sending their info to me, and I will do all the booking and billing on my end. He still wants 20%. He is well established and spending money on marketing. Is this a normal arrangement, or does this seem off to us?
Do it. It's old school.
An 80-20? An 80-20 is a fair split for
that's a fair split.
Yeah.
Man, Fish is starting guys out at 29%. Think of that.
Right.
29%. And they're providing gas and equipment. I mean, Fish might give them equipment, but
they're probably not collecting.
What's up, Henry
checks,
Dreest?
It's 29% of what they tell you it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So, I mean, an 80-20 split's normal. That's an old school number. I mean,
right.
Definitely.
There you go. Dumb questions. He's got a couple of dumb questions. His first, what rubbers do you guys use? And do you all use straight Dawn soap with a question mark? Teaching myself fanning and cannot end up with water lines from one of the edges. He keeps coming up with he keeps coming up with, when he's teaching himself fanning, he keeps getting lines in his top of his arc.
Is he cutting his rubbers?
Are you
Is a
cutting
good
your
question.
rubbers?
Yeah, because if you're not cutting them properly, you're going to always get that line.
Yeah.
You know what
if you're
I've been
cutting
doing? You know what I've been doing? I just been sticking. I stopped cutting the rubbers.
I don't cut rubbers at all. I just order whatever I got.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
They stick
I
out a
can't
little
do
bit.
it.
I don't fucking care. I'm done.
Dude, I
fucking-
can't draw a straight line, let alone cut a straight
Yeah, I
line.
use a 36-inch rubber and a 22-inch squeegee all the time. It just flaps around a little bit, but what's the big deal? The ankle is there. You know, I
Come
buy
on, dude.
22. I buy 22s and I cut them to 18s, and I just make sure I cut them nice and straight. You know, I
but
mean,
when you put a
Yeah.
22-inch rubber in a 22-inch channel, do you trim it down?
no,
Right.
I don't.
You just stick it in there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So shut the
yeah.
fuck up.
Hey,
yeah.
Trying to be a fucking
Listen, hey.
smartass.
I am a smart
Fuck
ass.
you.
hey,
Short
before
little
you guys start,
bastard.
before we go on a fish bashing over here in the comments, think about
I'm
this.
not
They're half
bashing
training
fish.
guys for us. Think it.
Yeah.
So they're half training guys for us that we can overpay what they're paying them, and we can bring them on. So they're starting their training. We can finish their training and give them a little bit more pay.
Here's the
So,
secret
so
sauce
fish
to
is good.
window cleaning: dish soap and ammonia. You
Yeah.
don't need fucking Glass Gleam 9000. It's like $78 a fucking bottle. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, no
Hey,
suds.
I can see,
motherfucker.
I can see you buying some
Josh?
special shit if it's like pressure washing, like EBC. That shit's biodegradable, and that shit is really good on greasy concrete, like really fucking good. I mean, it's really good. I really like the shit. And then there's some caustic shit, but glass. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
No,
bro.
I've
I'm a-
never
that's-
liked.
That's
I've tried all those different soaps.
Mhm.
I've never liked any of them. I've always gone back to either Joy or Dawn and ammonia. That's
Dodge is the best for gliding. You know what I mean?
It
It's
is,
a
but-
glide.
Ueno
Dawn-
Uhu says ammonia is very toxic and we should stay away.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Well, I would. This
So-
is my suggestion. When you get up in the morning and you start filling your bucket full of water and soap, and you grab the ammonia, set your purse down, and then unscrew the cap and then dump a
Yes,
little bit in.
exactly.
You just got to set your purse down.
Yeah, don't let it splash.
What I
go
need to do is go out and buy $75 little bottle of fucking special fucking essential oil soap. And then I'll start
Yeah,
douching with
yeah.
it too. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. That's the kind of
You
soap
know what?
that when you
Yeah,
wash it-
everyone's got
you
an
wash a
allergy now
restaurant?
too. You notice
Yeah, you
that?
wash-
I can't eat bread. Bread is bad.
When you
Bread's
wash
bad,
the-
meat's bad.
bro. So you guys know I've been working at this cafe, right?
Yep.
So it's always whenever I go to a table, it's always the biggest guy in the room that's getting the Diet Coke. He's always
Yeah.
getting the tomatoes as a side.
Yo,
But then he's
Yo.
ordering corned beef hash and bacon.
right,
and
yo, my dad's a
sausage
big
and
dude. My dad's a
eggs.
big dude. Hey,
Right.
listen, my dad's a
Yeah.
big dude. And I
Diet
like to
Coke.
bust my dad's ball. So I get on.
My baseball.
Dude, hey,
got
listen,
one?
Port City window cleaning. That's cool, man. We're on every Wednesday and Sunday. Don't act like you ain't. Come on, bro. Anyways,
Yeah.
we go to the Burger King drive-thru, and my dad's like, "Yo, I want a chicken sandwich and a Whopper, a large fry, a large onion ring, and a Diet Coke." And I just looked at him like, "Are you fucking for real, dude?" And he's like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like, seriously, that's like the dumbest shit ever. Just go full balls out, dude. He's like, "I haven't eaten all day." I was like, "I'm right with you. I want order 2 of that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get 4 Whoppers, 4 chicken sandwiches, 4 large fries, 4 onion rings, and just a regular fucking Coke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's live dangerously.
Yeah, exactly.
I was over there working today. Today's the first day of Lent or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so this younger server comes up to me and she goes, is that old guy got a tattoo on his forehead? He had an ash sitting there. It's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody had ash on their head today. Like, they don't wipe it off. They can't wipe it off? What is that?
I don't know. I know Josh is getting one, isn't he? They probably got to put a giant log on his big old fucking head.
Rub that. Bigfoot's got to
Fucking
come
tree
out and
trunk.
take a tree
Yeah.
and fucking wipe it on him. So Mark, finish what you were saying about ammonia and fucking and soap in your
Yeah,
water.
no, if you buy those soaps, and we all, it's not a sucker thing, but you say, oh, I'm going to give it a try. Gleam 1, Gleam 2, all this glide crap that bleeds off the frames. And like I said, it sits on the shelf. I like, I go to Ace Hardware is the only one around, and everybody has one that sells like 13% ammonia. So, dude, you literally use a couple capfuls in a 5-gallon bucket of water,
Yeah,
or
that's all
3
it
gallons
takes.
of water. You barely need any. And it's like $8 for a gallon of this stuff. not that crap from the grocery store that's like 0.5%. And I've just found that all those other soaps, you do restaurants with greasy handprints, you could hear the handprints laughing at you, going, "Yeah, right. I'm gonna come."
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped using that shit. The guy I bought the business from, he would go out and buy Glass Gleam and fucking, spend all this money on this, and we'd sit there and be scrubbing with the end of our fucking washers and steel wool to get fucking shit off of fingerprints off of windows. That's a pain in the ass. I put a couple of caps of ammonia in some water, and that just whoop, whoop, a couple times, gone.
I'll tell you, Richie can relate to this because he's been window
Miss Meyer, these nuts in your mouth, Port City. Miss Myers, these nuts in your mouth, son.
Ammonia on tint, I've never had an issue with. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Bullshit. I've been washing windows with tint. I've done it
accidentally a few times and haven't had any issues.
Richie will relate to this. If you remember, Richie, back in the 80s, I don't know, maybe in California it's different. We had smoking and non-smoking restaurants. If you cleaned the inside of a smoking area of a restaurant, you needed ammonia to get that nicotine off the windows because it was fucking yellow. Yeah.
It was gnarly, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Apparently now it's bad for... there's a lot of shit that's bad for you, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everything's bad for it. Eggs are bad. They're not bad. Yeah. Sugar's bad. It's not bad. Fucking bread's good. It's bad. It's good. It's bad. You know what? I'm just going to roll with it, man. This isn't like other YouTube channels where we're talking about fitness. How to be a fit window cleaner. You too can get into doing fucking sit-ups and push-ups so you could be the best window cleaner ever.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, to be honest with you.
You are the best window cleaner ever.
Sometimes you feel like a nightmare. Peter Paul Mouse don't.
Look at him over there. Mr. Frickin' Sideshow Richie over there. Got his own show going.
he ain't said a word. We got them sound effects.
Seth Byers says, air is horrible for you.
Air is horrible for you.
Lard is making a comeback. Government's bad for you. I'm usually... Everyone, usually people like to call me names and shit, and then when I slap them in the fucking mouth, they stop calling me names. You know what I mean?
That's usually the way it works.
I'm like, all right, when I backhand your teeth out your fucking mouth, you won't be saying that shit. Anyways.
So, hey, when you're drinking beer, you're at the bar, and they make you do karaoke, what song you doing? What's your go-to song for karaoke? Yeah.
Probably The Joker by Steve Miller. That's Jen likes me to do that one. Yeah.
Yeah? How you do on that one? You good on that one? You get them going on that one?
I think you'd be surprised.
I like that. What about you, Ted?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, all day long. Dead or alive.
Hey!
What about you, Richie Blue? What's your go-to song karaoke?
Ricky, hey, Rich... Huh?
I'm with you.
What's your
you're not. Then fucking, dude, talk or get the fuck out of here, man. Stop playing stupid songs.
I'm working on some shit right now.
I'm working on some shit. I got some shit going on over here.
Song? All right, everybody in the comments, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Yeah, Richie, Tim wants to know, if you were going to do karaoke, what would be your go-to karaoke song?
Well, that's easy.
Woo!
Yeah. Let's do this right now.
You're going to get us yanked off of fucking YouTube, dude.
Yeah, you can't play music.
You're going to get us yanked off of YouTube. The live stream's going down. People are going to be crying like, what happened to the podcast?
Copyright.
Philip Alexander is going to continue to type shit in the comments and just like who knows what the fuck he's even talking about. You notice how like if you go back through the live stream comments, like Philip Alexander is just saying the most random shit. Like it's just the most random shit you could possibly say in the comments. That's Philip.
Mickey D's.
Philip's like, I don't understand why people. Why do I turn people off? I don't understand, dude. I don't know either, man. I don't know what
Mickey
it is. Look right there, Mickey D's. What the fuck is he talking about? What are you talking about, bro?
I have the best pole. Mickey D's.
I got the best poo.
Yeah, the carbon fiber running through my blood. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it possible for me to get back on the podcast
today on the sim poll? Did you guys see that?
Who said that?
Jason Lehman. He put a video.
Oh
up
yeah,
on Facebook.
Mr. Fucking drag my new pole on the gutter. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you know he's
like,
right
you got any suggestions for me filming this YouTube video? Yeah, take the pole off the fucking gutter, Jason.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Richie.
Yeah,
Go ahead, buddy.
Jason's cleaning windows from 3 blocks away with that fucking thing.
What? It was a good demonstration of the rigidity of that simple.
Dude, yeah. For sure. I definitely agree. But that is a chance I would not take with that fucking super expensive pole. That pole is super expensive.
He had a good time. He just wanted to show an extreme example. That's all.
Yeah, it definitely. Here goes Richie defending him. Richie and Jason are now thick as thieves. You know, Richie don't really talk to me anymore. You know what I mean? He just quit talking to me. He's like, comes on the podcast, we start talking again all the time, and then he just quit talking. I'm assuming he must be talking to Jason, his new butt buddy, Jason Lehman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. You want to know what kind of pomade I use? You should put it in your beard. Look at Richie. He's all mad right now.
Yeah.
That video made me cringe. Hop on the goddamn roof. Hey, listen. Jason Lehman's been at it for a long time. He don't want to get on the roof, man. Actually, he was seriously just trying to show everybody the rigidity of the pole. That's all he was trying to do.
Yeah, well, not only that, imagine if the homeowner comes home and sees him standing on the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Motherfucker would back out of that driveway at 100 miles an hour. Wrecking shit.
Yeah. He said the Kevlar doesn't even have any marks on it, so why don't everybody shut the fuck up? Just because Jason said, just because you guys are a bunch of broke bitches, don't talk about me using my Kevlar pole like I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I drug that fucker behind the van on the way home because I couldn't fit it in there. It didn't even make any scratches on it.
I'm kind of thinking the way Jason treats his equipment that he's really the richest man in window cleaning.
Who?
Jason.
No, that's you, dude.
Jason Lehman.
Listen,
No.
you're going to try to pass that buck, and it's just not going to happen.
Come on. I want out of it.
John the Freedom, fuck it, hang it, rope, hashtag rope riders, hashtag rump ranger, hashtag squad life, hashtag suck a ding dong. God, that guy's so fucking lame.
Squeegee life.
Free Robert Kraft, what a scrub.
Dude, if you saw that place that Robert Kraft was going to get a tug job, what a toilet. Fucking guy pulls up in a Bentley.
So what? That motherfucker probably smells like cum and bad decisions.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh.
That's where I want to be in my 70s.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all mad? Everybody's like, he's got all that money. Why didn't he go somewhere nice? Maybe he just didn't want to go somewhere nice. Maybe he just wanted a tug job from a chick with 3 teeth. Maybe that's just what he's into, man.
Dude, billionaires have women delivered. They don't need to go to that shithole. Fucking
dude, what? Like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. Maybe that he's just into that, dude.
What?
Yeah. Well, listen, God bless him. At 70+ years old, and he's still getting yanked on.
I think a lot of people are just really just jealous. You know what I mean?
Man, they make pills for everything nowadays. You know.
That sounds like some jealousy, man. Just let the dude get a hand job. You know what I mean? None of your fucking business.
He just won the Super Bowl. He just got a trophy. You know?
Could you imagine if Cheap had started making rappelling ropes? Nobody would buy them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Flat.
Right.
No, the ropes would probably leak.
Hey, there is a company out here right near me that does do ropes. I mean, they're pretty big in the rope industry but they're like a small business. I mean, that could be a thing we could get into in the window cleaning world. Maybe talk to them about. You know what I mean? Maybe get some deals on some rope or something.
Well, it depends on what kind of rope they make. I mean, you know, the rope for window cleaning is very specific.
Right.
You know, dynamic or static. So.
Right.
Did Richie Blue cry when Luke Perry died?
Hey, man. Hey, Luke Perry was a big part of my childhood. 90210 was the shit back in... I was a teenager. I mean, that was like the shit. I mean, you were close to my age. You're right.
So he was
old ass, dude. This motherfucker's older than the sun and the moon combined.
Dude, come on. Dylan compared to Brandon, I'd be Dylan any day of the week.
Oh my God!
This is the gayest.
I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. I'm assuming one of those. Okay, I'm gonna say I can't remember the name of the show. I never watched that shit.
Dude,
this guy's.
I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard. I'd have to wait a week in between new episodes. Come on.
Dude, Dukes of Hazzard kicked ass compared to 90210.
Yes, dude, but I'm just saying that's how old I am.
I hear you.
Listen,
I'm not Mark Tanner old, but I'm old.
You're getting there, man.
Yeah.
Getting there.
I figured I got till 75, so I turned 44 in 2 weeks. I got 31 years. We're good.
New England ropes all day. Thanks, John. Thanks, John the Freedom. Fucking Jesus, man.
So I went that whole time until I got up.
He needs some attention.
Listen, I went that whole time until I got up. I couldn't find my cigarette. I didn't have any cigarettes, so I had to go find cigarettes.
I'm about to block Philip Alexander, though.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm about to block you.
Quit talking about Mickey D's, buddy. You went sideways on the
fucking
Mickey D's
YouTube
comment.
fucking links and shit in the fucking chat, man. Man, dude.
Everybody always strapping on the outlaws for the products.
Yeah.
He's on a mission. It's cool.
Do it.
Mission, that's cool.
Do
yeah.
it. Just
to fucking contact aliens. To contact aliens. Dude, we had that podcast last week. We talked about all Philip's fucking Facebook fucking profiles he got. This guy sent me a friend request from another one. I don't know if he just keeps fucking deleting me and re-adding me, but whatever it is.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like, stick to a profile, dude. Like, seriously, that's you've got a serious problem with your social media habits. Like, a very bad problem with your social media.
Alan's watching, but he's hitting me up.
He needs to rein that. He needs to rein that shit in for real, because it's really affecting your business.
It is right now.
If you could just give Richie a call, and Richie never gets on social media. His only. I'm gonna fucking when I see Richie in person, I'm gonna kick him square in his fucking nuts. I swear to God, dude. I'm gonna kick him square in his fucking balls. I'm not kidding.
Hey, you know what? Because Richie has that black jacket on.
Need some high rise in this bitch. Listen, we got Mark Tanner. All right, we get it, John. You're a high rise guy. John Lila Berte, whatever the fuck his name is, John the Freedom is a high rise guy. He's a super badass motherfucker. There you go, John. Are you happy, dude? Everyone knows now. You're the high-rise guy. You are fucking awesome as shit, dude. You're Squeegee Man 9000. You're the world heavyweight champ of fucking smush tat dudes hanging off of a fucking building, homeboy. God damn.
Fuck yeah. La Freedom.
Fuck.
I love that. That's his name. La Freedom. You're renamed.
There we go. So let's talk about something before I fucking pop a gasket. Fuck me, dude. I mean, fucking A, dude. You know what I mean? You hang off a fucking building. I mean, maybe you're just cooler than all of us. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But that seems like that's the fucking point you always want to get across when you're in the fucking chat box, is you're cooler than everybody else. Sweet, bro. Fuck.
I know, I worked for a high-rise company for 45 minutes. They took me to site. They took me up about 13 stories and said, we're going over that right now. I said, nope, take me back to the shop. I'm done. I said, nope. I'll go up my ladders and I'll go
seriously.
up my
Listen, dude,
poles.
I'm fucking dead serious, man. That's cool in the gang, dude. This dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm like starting to sweat. I'm about to fucking bust, dude, for real. You guys always got to talk about something. You got to talk about something quick.
It's like traditional water-fed pole, man. I mean, it's
Dude,
not
no, the
argument.
Mentos ain't dropped yet,
Yeah.
but fucking A. I'm tired of getting called a fairy and all this shit. I will pimp slap the fucking taste out of your
I
mouth.
think they do that just for that, though.
Fucking
I
A,
think they do
dude.
that to you just for that.
I mean, I got a lot of respect for High Rise Guy. I fucking worked with a High Rise Guy. That's who taught me how to fucking clean windows, was a High Rise Guy. So there ain't no disrespect here, but don't get on here and disrespect me. You know what I mean? That's all I'm telling you right now. That's all I'm saying. Don't get on here and disrespect me. I don't appreciate that fucking shit. Like, at all.
Bro,
I don't appreciate that shit at all.
Pesci. You brought out Pesci in them.
Dude, listen,
That's
listen,
bad.
man. Yeah, you ever seen a motherfucker get his head beat in a fucking cornfield and thrown in a ditch? I'm telling you, don't fucking push me, man. Fuck. And hey, Jennifer, she'll end up knocking on the door, sending me a text message here in a minute. It's, there's no question. I know she hears my fucking chest is boo 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 boo. I can't stand that shit, man. That's cool. Listen, that's cool. You know what I mean? I climb 40-foot ladders and do like 45 fucking foot lifts. I guess I'm not as cool as you, dude. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. And these guys that use water-fed poles that are all pussies, you know what I mean? Maybe one day they'll be on your level, bruh.
Hey,
Fuck.
the guys that have been trolling TJ for weeks trying to get him to go off, you just learn how from
There you
Lafrida.
go.
You just learn how.
Yeah.
You
All right,
brought
what do you mean I
Pesci.
can't take it? I'm just giving it right back to you. You fucking want to push. It's not about being mad, but you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You want to be called a bitch or a hoe or a fairy or something like that? Then I'll do that. You know, don't get offended now. You didn't have no problem talking shit before. Now that I'm like firing back, you're like, oh no, you can't take it. What do you want me to do? Just bend over? Nah, motherfucker, I'm not gay, homie. So
Ohio.
miss me with that bullshit. Fucking A, dude. So what do you guys want to talk about? I'm telling you, man, I'm going to fucking keep going, dude.
No, we got Richie Blue here. Let's hear what's going on in your world, Richie Blue.
Yeah,
Fuck.
let's talk about Richie Blue.
Yeah, I'm working on a curtain for the guys in the bosun's chairs. It's a curtain that it's compact and it opens up like a sponge, you know, when it gets wet, and you attach it to the rope and it covers the guy in the bosun's chair so he can take a piss.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
What do you think?
Well,
Did he hide his dick somehow?
Yeah, it just covers him up so that way nobody could see him. If he's got to take a leak, he's in the middle of a drop. You can just attach it on. What do you
I
think?
need one of those for the routes, bro.
You don't got.
I wear adult diapers. I can get at least 2 urines and one good dump before it starts to stink.
I fucking love this dude.
Yeah, and then so if you ever go to Whole Foods or any restaurant and it fucking stinks because I couldn't get it to go down the toilet, but it's in the trash can, giant skids with fucking flies all over the place. I was there already. Okay. Yeah, man. If you see a sock, the top of a sock, because I couldn't find enough toilet paper, I tear the top of my sock off and wipe my ass, throw it in there with the diaper. I'm good to go, man.
Damn.
So you're saying it's not worth it?
No, it's not. It's not. You know, I mean, dude, those things, they'll hold 12 pounds of piss, Richie. Try one out, man.
Hey, we were cleaning these windows at this fucking indoor water park over here. This is like fucking, I don't know, 8-9 years ago. And it's like the world's largest indoor water park here in town. And fucking this dude, my buddy Jeremy's like, I gotta take a shit, man. And I'm like, just walk around the front and go use the restroom. He's like, no, it's too far. I gotta go now. So this gets a bucket. He gets a fucking bucket and takes it around to the front of the back of the van, opens the doors up, sits down, and starts taking his shit. All these fucking lifeguards come out the fucking door, and this dude's sitting there taking his shit, man. So so he finishes up and he put that shit. He put that shit in the fucking, put that shit in a convex trailer, one of those big trailers, like your storage trailer. He opened it up and put it in there. And left it in there. But when his face, when all those kids came out, those lifeguards came out of that water park, was fucking priceless, man. Priceless. Absolutely priceless.
You gotta go. You gotta go. That's it.
Right.
The older you get, when you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I mean?
Right.
There ain't no option in that thing. Fucking middle age sucks, bro. When did this happen?
Man, he wasn't middle aged. He was in his 20s, man.
I'm
Come
middle
on.
aged, bro. I'm
That
talking about me
motherfucker could have
right
made
now.
it to the bathroom. He should not should have shit in that bucket. He sure as fuck
Yeah.
shouldn't have put it in that storage trailer. You know what I mean?
Imagine
Fuck,
opening
man.
that storage trailer.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and it was summer. It was fucking bad, bro. It was
Oh,
super bad.
man.
Super
Oh,
bad.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
And
It
you-
was just
you
like the
employ
grossest
that
thing you
guy.
could ever.
Think of that.
Dude, I used to work for a guy, and if Kaz is watching, he knows who he is. We were working on a Saturday, and we were cleaning this little 2-story building, and he comes up and he's like, "Hey, I'll see you guys around lunchtime. I'll bring you lunch, right?" So he comes rolling in around 12:30, and he has a couple bags of Burger King, and he was a pretty heavy guy. He probably was going close to 400 pounds, you know, and we never cut him no slack. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I mean, we fucking tore into him all the time. So me and this guy Ray were working, and Rick comes walking up, and I'm like, man, something fucking stinks. And he couldn't hear very well. He had a hearing aid, and he read your lips, and you had to be close to him to talk, right? So you could talk right next to him. So I go, Ray, man, you smell that? And he's like, yeah, it smells like someone shit themselves. So then I look and I go, hey, Rick, why are you wearing a fucking bathing suit? And he goes, I'm not wearing a bathing suit. And I go, yeah, you are. I said, you were wearing khaki shorts when you came here in the morning, and now you're wearing a bathing suit. And he goes, I don't know what the fuck you talk about. He goes, well, I am going to the beach later. And I go, dude, you had khaki shorts on. I go, that's what you went. And he goes, what the, you know what, Mark, just fuck you. Cause he knew I was going somewhere. So I go, dude, I would bet you if I went over to the Sports Authority up the street, your fucking khakis are in the garbage can, and you bought fucking swimsuit because it has penis lining, and you don't need to wear underwear with it. I said, so do me a favor. Put the Burger King down over there and step away from the burger. He fucking stunk, dude.
Dave the window licker said, corn is the best survival food. You can eat it eat it over and over. Yo, that's fucking legit, too.
Yeah, it is.
What's up, Troy? I'm on break for 5 minutes, and this is what I do. I listen to you guys. Thanks, buddy. We love you, fucking Troy. And nothing will ever beat, besides that picture that fucking Tim sent us on Voxer, will beat the homeboy cleaning in those windows in his underwear. That shit was great. I like the fact that he tucked his shirt into his underwear. That's like fucking sweet shit, bro.
We need a video off between TJ and T-Roy and fucking Mark Darnell, dude.
Yeah, we need to have him.
We need to see. Yeah, we need a video off of who's going to do the craziest shit window cleaning.
Yeah,
that's all we
for
need.
Sure.
Post
at
it
least
to
with
the
a water-fed
tomorrow.
pole, you can give yourself a colonic at the drop of a hat. What's wrong with talking about water-fed pole, John? That's what we do. It's still all window cleaning at the end of the day. Yeah, that's, listen, I'm sorry, but I can only be called a fairy and a fucking pussy and all that shit so many fucking times before you just pop. You know what I mean? There's some things like, when I was younger, growing up, I was in, like high school and after high school, if somebody called you a pussy or a fairy, you got your fucking teeth knocked out. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes I revert to old behaviors, and I
can't
probably
do that
shouldn't.
no more.
Yeah, sometimes I just fucking, I fly off the handle. So, I apologize. Sorry about that. I mean, call me a bitch and shit. Me and Mark do that shit all the time. But fairies and pussies, I don't play that shit. I just don't play that shit. I just, that's just that. Those are trigger words for me. You know what I mean? Those are.
You know what?
Them's
trigger
fighting
word for me
words, son. You pussy? What? You fairy? Huh? Come on, man. Ain't no backstepping me, dude. I'm sorry.
Once TJ's on, I'm along for the ride because I got that back, so it doesn't matter.
As long as we're not going to Kansas City, Missouri, as long as we're not going there, Tim's got me 100.
Yeah, right. God damn, man.
You know what? It would
do
be
this
cool to get
jamboree.
Joshua Shoaf on here, right?
Dude, we can't. It's lit.
Listen, we can't. It's You know what would be fucking cool? I think we should just have the jamboree at Tim's house. That way he can't not show up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down for that.
Is your house 2 stories, Tim?
No, hell no. I live in the
Okay,
ranch.
then you'll be there because you.
Yeah, dude, we're good. We're golden. We'll put up a smoker. I got the backyard. We got the cornhole. We got the
I
karaoke.
told you I'll pull the
guys
smoker wherever
doing
we're going. I'll
guitar.
pull a smoker.
We'll do it. Fuck it.
I'll
in.
bring a
don't care.
yeah. I'll bring a. What I'll do is
Everybody can crash here. I
yeah,
won't
you're
even
gonna
tell
have-
you. We're
you're
just
gonna
going to do it. Fuck it.
well,
So find out tomorrow when you watch the
Mark,
video.
you're gonna have to marinate your brisket at the hotel, homie.
Dude, whatever it takes.
Everybody spend
whatever
the
it
night
takes.
at Tim's house.
Yep. I'm gonna
What
drink
is
a
the
gallon of
rate
apple juice
zero
before I show up at your house, Tim.
polls?
Flog that motherfucker, dude. Make me proud. Make me fucking proud. Make me
Jason, I
have to
don't
plunge
know.
that bitch for an hour.
It's 3 sections of. It's 3 sections of.
I'll get out that carbon fiber pole and plunge that bitch
It's,
so
it's
good.
3
Tanner.
sections of
I'm
carbon
telling you.
fiber. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's lighter or not than the first three sections of a Simpole. I'm not sure. Philip gave it to me, and
Tim
then
does have too many kids.
Philip gave me the Simpole, then told me he wants me to pay for it, and then told me to keep it on the podcast, and then told me now he's trying to sell my water-fed pole so I can fucking buy his Simpole, and now he wants to give it to me. I don't know what's going on, so I'm afraid to even use it or touch it because I don't know
You
what.
haven't even used it. And
Yeah,
you
I'm
want
afraid
to-
because I don't know what he's
Say your
doing. I don't,
shit.
you know.
No, say
I
your
told him,
shit.
I was like, yeah,
Use
like
this pole.
listen, no,
I know you ain't
listen,
used
man,
it
no,
yet.
no,
You may
listen,
not
listen.
like it, but
Listen.
use this shit.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I like the pole. It's very nice fit and finish wise. I would love to use it and try it out. You know what I mean?
Is
I might
everybody
use.
up Harry in this industry?
I might do a fucking a water fed pole video with it, and because I told him I would do a couple videos with it once it warms up a little bit, and I'm probably just gonna send it back to him because I don't it's cool. I would use it. I would love to keep it, but if now you want paid for it because I didn't want the motherfucker. You just sent it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. But okay. Still pissed y'all aren't going to do the huge convention. We could have done a live stream from the show. Yeah, man. I did quite a bit last year. I'm not the richest man in window cleaning like Mark Tanner. You know what I mean?
Is the Jersey? Is that one of the Lamborghini?
Nah, it's Jersey.
No, that's Jersey
Jersey.
from
Josh.
the podcast, the WCR Nation podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
that guy. I watched it. I watched his podcast the other day. Very well spoken podcast. I like that.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
good.
He's all right. He's
Yeah.
fucking. Don't listen. You could already
You
tell
want
he's
to learn
got
how
a big
to
head.
do?
Don't
you
blow
wanna
it up any
learn how-
fucking bigger.
What tools to use and how to clean windows? Go watch that podcast. You want to bullshit? Come
Yeah,
visit.
well, for sure. Yeah, for sure. The information on there is pretty good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's pretty good. I
Especially
like it.
for you guys that are listening.
Yeah. He's definitely they get it down and straight to the point. That's for
Right.
sure. I like that about it. No, Philip, I'm gonna do a couple videos for it like we originally agreed, and
I screenshotted that shit just in case.
I'm gonna send it back to you. I mean, and whether that trad pole is high mod, whether it's high mod or not high mod, that trad pole, it's still better than an aluminum pole. So whatever.
You know
what? I
what?
mean?
You know what? I had that trad pole an inch past the red marks on it, which is where you're supposed to stop. And okay, here we go. Comes a short joke, but I was literally turned my mop on its side to reach a high window because I didn't have a longer pole, and that thing is rigid. Man,
Yeah.
it's just badass.
Like I said, guys, see, like in Philip the same way. Whoever's he's gonna want to do a fucking high mod version of a trap. It's just pointless. The
first of all, I
regular
think
carbon
I don't
fiber,
think it-
rugged carbon fiber, like the trad pole. That trad pole it's got a wrap around it. Could it use this? Would it be cool with a smooth surface? Yeah, but it would probably look like shit after a while with a smooth surface. I like the fact that it's kind of rugged. It's carbon fiber. The clamps are nice. And it's stiff when you've got it at length. There's no fucking, there's no deflection in the pole when you're in mid pole. You know what I mean? It's perfect.
I think at
Don't
12
overthink
feet,
it.
At 12 feet, it doesn't need to be high modulus. It's too short. What are you going to waste?
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you this. At fully extended 1 inch past the red zone, let's call it, and putting some pressure on the glass to reach, get that top edge of a window that's, 14, 15 feet up, it has very little bow to it. So, I mean,
Right.
it doesn't need to be any stiffer. It doesn't need to be
I don't think
high
so either.
modulus. I
don't
mean,
think so.
maybe it is. I don't know.
I use the fuck out of it, and I like it. You know what I mean? And only thing that I wish was different is I wish that Unger cone was just set locked on there and be done
Yeah.
with it, because that's the cone I use. If I could get
Yeah.
that on there and good, that would be great. And then instead of
Yeah.
it kind of unlocking on me every now and then, I got to tight cinch it back down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Other
Yep.
than that section, that piece right there on the top pole, that silver piece that goes into that black threaded piece, if that was a fixed connection, I would be happier than pigs and shit. Because that pole is badass.
Well,
And
you know
mind
what that
you,
pole needs?
Listen.
That pole needs what Jason Lehman just bought. He put pictures of those thread-in adapters that go way inside the pole. That'd be nice and rigid too. I need some of them.
yeah.
This is my
So I've been
4x8
soaking up
Unger,
route work
and
like
this is
crazy, but I
the
got
12.
converted.
You're talking, I mean, just these side by side. This is probably lighter than this.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then you take that 4x8 out, and you're using an 8-footer. It's, I mean, a lot.
I wish it
And
had
it's actually more
an
rigid.
end defender in there. That's what I wish. That's the
Right.
only thing I wish it
Right.
would had an end defender in
Right.
that middle section.
In the middle section. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, that'd be
understand why it
awesome.
doesn't.
We
But, I
have
mean,
a
if
new
you're a
tip
single
coming
man
out in like
crew-
2 weeks, TJ. Sweet, thanks you,
If
Jersey.
you're a single man crew and don't have to worry about guys like Tanner who are going to lose your poles, this is a good pole Cadillac. Do it.
Casey Lee's just made a pretty cool comment here. So I've been soaking up route work like crazy, but I got confronted today by another company. I'm charging twice the price. He's been around for a while, but he's called me like 8 times talking shit.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you taking work from the guy?
Yeah.
At twice the price, you shouldn't
If
be.
you no, and if you're taking work from the guy, then you deserve whatever he's going to give you. If you're pricing higher and getting the work and he's not, that's his problem.
Right.
Talking about leaving a bad review on me and shit. What have you guys done dealing with this type of shit? Threaten to break his fucking hands?
Right. That's all you do. Facebook, you can't, especially on Facebook, you can't really do anything on Facebook at
Yeah,
all.
I
Except
had a dude that was coming up to me on jobs and was sitting in the parking lot watching me fucking work, and finally, I just a day like today where I just fucking popped the gasket because I'm not in the fucking mood for any tomfoolery. I was just like, I'm tired of this guy fucking posturing with me. So if you want to posture with me, I'm going to fucking posture right back with you. So I walked right over to his fucking truck and like stood there and looking inside his window. And finally he rolled his window down. He's like, what? I was like, what do you mean, what? What the fuck are you doing here? I'm just sitting here. I was like, dude, listen, you followed me. I seen you on my last job. You were sitting in the parking lot across the fucking road watching me. It's like, what you should do is go and clean some windows, and you won't have to fucking worry about what I'm doing, because I can tell you right now, I'm not worried about what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of guys. There's a shit ton of guys cleaning windows around here. Do you think I don't give a fuck about them neither? I'm doing me. You know what I mean? Just do you. That's my advice to you, Casey, is just do you. If he tries to come in and low ball you and take your work from you, then the customer ain't where the fuck to begin with.
Yep.
Right.
That's primarily what I do. That's what this show is about, is networking, we like to poke funs and shit. Just don't call me a fairy or a fucking pussy, and I won't have to fucking blow my fucking stack. Reputation defender. When I was in financial planning, my boss had to use it. Expensive, I don't know. But either way, what's up, Mark Darnell? You fucking savage in the streets. I can't believe you sent us that picture of you pooping. Did everything come out okay? Yeah, that dude, honestly, Casey, I would just fucking ignore it, man. And just like, you'll find there's a couple of guys here in town that I'm real competitive with. I mean, sometimes we roll up on the same job, like residential jobs, at the same time bidding them. And we're cool as shit, you know what I mean? We're not at each other's necks or nothing like that. He's like, you want this one? And I'm like, I don't care, dude. I'm just bidding it. He's like, if you want it, you can have it. I was like, no, we can bid it. I don't give a shit. And I've done the vice versa. I roll up and like, you just get done bidding. And he was like, yeah. I was like, I take it. I don't want it. You know what I mean? So, some jobs I just don't even want to dick with. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of bushes and trees and shit. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't want to, good, you can have that one. You know what I mean? But,
yep.
And then again, there's like those dudes that I had to deal with. Like I had to walk up to his truck and be like, "Yo, what's up, bitch?" You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do that. I actually did threaten a guy back when I worked for Clearviews of Sandusky before it was Clearviews my shit. I actually walked up to he was coming in behind us, and what he was doing is after we dropped the invoice, he'd pull the invoice and fucking go in and be like, "I'll beat it by this much." You know what I mean? Some of the jobs there was a shopping center where we would just stick the invoice in the door. We never had no problems. You know what I mean? We slid it through. This guy dug it out. Yep. He dug it out of the crack of the door, dug it out, and with a pair of needle nose pliers, because you could see the needle nose mark on the fucking paper, you know, because they were rusty needle nose. Pulled it out and fucking went into this place and started, you know, trying to undercut. So she called us, and I just waited. I knew we were gonna run into him again, and me and Jeremy rolled up on him and was like, "Yo, what up, ho?" It's like, you keep trying to take our work, I'm gonna break your fucking fingers with a hammer.
I've had guys where you're, you know, washing in a shopping center, and I mean, right in front of you, dude, they're coming behind you and putting their card in the door and taking your, like, we use a big yellow ticket, says good morning, your windows were cleaned today, company name, has a phone number and everything, and they're bigger than a business card. I could get one and show you. You know, it's like let me see, it's like this big, you know, if you can see that. Okay. That's an insurance card, but it's the same size as that, so it's very visible, and it's bright yellow, so it catches your eye. And I caught a guy who's taking him out, throwing him on the floor, and putting his business card in there. So I walk up to him like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he's like, "What?" And I go, "You're pulling my fucking tickets out of the jobs I just cleaned, and you're putting your card in there. I just saw what you fucking did." And he's like, "Oh, there's enough work for everybody." I go, "Yeah, there is. Go find some other fucking work."
Right.
I said, "Because if not, I'm going to follow you." I go, "Are you kidding me? I'm in a shopping center where I have 80% of it. Go get the other 20. The ones I walked away from because they don't pay their bills anyway, asshole. Go over there. Go work for fucking $15 to clean and get the fuck away from me."
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a dude, like, if I get called, I know a dude's, like, I know somebody else is doing, if I get a call from the actual place of business, I'll go bid it. You know what I mean? Even though I know there's another guy cleaning it. If they call me, I'll go and bid it. But I'm not just going to walk up and solicit it, because I'm not a fucking dick.
Yeah.
You know, some people just they have no scruples whatsoever. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
They're taking this time of year, though. You know what I mean?
You know what though? The one thing I'll say is those guys usually come and go. They're not around very long.
Right.
You know,
one out of 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll come and go, and then you just keep an eye on what they were doing, because eventually they're not going to show up, and then you go in, he hasn't been here in 3 months, and I'm like, okay, well, what were you paying him? Well, $15 a cleaning. Well, maybe that's why he's not here anymore. How about 25, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Richie knows. He's seen it.
Yeah.
Richie, you look like that alien in the video, because all I can see is your head. You ever seen that alien video that's always it circles around the internet, and you don't know if it's real or not, if it was made in a lab?
John the Freedom. Hey, listen, I don't dislike John the Freedom, but he just kept fucking you keep fucking with the bull, you're gonna get the horns eventually. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know what I mean? Fucking hey, dude. You keep pushing the button. I mean, that's what you wanted. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, you know, I'm just not having a good day, so today's not the day for fairies and pussies. I'm just not feeling it today, okay? He's not a bad dude. We've had John on the podcast. I was going to have him back on, but David Kaznucha won't come on the show, so he refused to come on.
He should bring Dave with him, yeah.
I guess he tried to, but I guess David Kaznucha was kind of like not feeling it. So that's cool. I like Dave. He's a good guy anyways. That would have been cool to have him on the show. But if he's not into it, he's not into it. You know, whatever.
We don't want to get into Squeegee Squad trade secrets.
Yeah, we don't want to tell everybody what's going on inside Squad Life. Squad Life. We can't tell you. Well, first rule of Squad Life is you don't talk about Squad Life.
Yeah. You see what Phil wrote? I've seen that happen before. I was washing windows outside. A guy went in and collected the money. When I went to collect it, they said they just paid. I had someone collect one of my jobs like that. But you got to be a real scumbag to do that, man. But,
Hey, you got to be scumbag. Ain't the word for it. You are a gangster ass motherfucker if you do something like that.
Yeah.
You're
You
a
got
savage
big
in the
set of
streets
balls.
for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
How'd you get in here with them big balls, man?
Yeah, dude. Wow, you are a bad motherfucker.
Serious.
That's funny shit.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Whether or not guys,
Poe.
whether guys know or not, but I don't know if you guys know, but Richie Blue's on the podcast.
Is he? Oh,
yeah, he's
holy
up there.
Shit, Richie,
He's
what's up,
sitting.
man?
He's up there
Look at him
sitting
over
there.
there.
He's
What's
like
up,
a
Richie
living
Blue?
statue. He's a sphinx. He's what's his name? Fucking
He's a
Lighting
sphincter.
his time.
Yeah.
Do the sound effects.
He's Austin Childress. He's giving us the Austin Childress.
You hang out with that dude?
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
See them
Austin's
occasionally. You guys kind of work in the same area
We
too,
live
don't
in
you?
different parts.
Like close to each
No.
other. I mean, not.
No, he works up in North County mostly. I work down in
Fucking
center.
Blair Witch over here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ,
The
man.
Richie Blair Witch
Worst
program.
internet in the world.
But he does have the worst internet in the world, bro.
Yeah, I don't, dude. I'm gonna be honest
He
with
just
you.
walked up and
I'm gonna
left.
be honest
There you
with you,
go.
Ben. I don't really. I mean, if you catch me online playing video games, man, it's like fucking. I am bored out of my mind because I used to like 3 or 4 years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Well, I'll be honest. Before I bought the business, I used to love to play video games. But now that I own the business, I don't like it no more.
Before
Got
you,
too much other
before you
shit
got the
going on.
podcast and you went 80 episodes, you used to love video games.
Yeah, I
Think of
used to
that.
play a little bit. Yeah, I used to
Right,
play a little
right.
bit.
Right.
But not
80
like I used
episodes
to.
now.
I used to game like seriously. I used to game pretty hardcore. And then kind of stopped, kind of slowed down, just got into other things. And then the podcast started, and I really just haven't. It just fell off completely.
Right.
Gang, gang! Here in Jersey, you find one of those Italians with a vowel at the end of their name to break their thumbs.
Yeah, part of the reason I'm not this whole podcast, I've heard half of what you guys have been saying because I got a really bad connection. So that's
No,
part
dude,
of
it's your end. I promise you.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, no,
It's definitely your end.
Richie, is it safe to say those blotches on your face aren't real? Oh my!
I've never met anyone with
This
worse
is
internet
George
than
Takei.
Richie.
Is that Richie Blue? Oh my!
242
Oh,
times their internet sucks.
Oh my! This is George, Richie. Could you do that slow jam thing for me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh, Richie
Oh, Richie.
What
quit.
happened?
Dude, not for nothing. That's probably the worst fucking internet connection ever, dude.
No, dude, his phone is the same way. His phone is the same way. I love talking to him.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, here he goes. I love talking to him too, but it's difficult in video chat.
Yeah.
It's next to impossible.
I can hear
There
you a
he
little
goes.
bit better now.
Well, we're talking shit
Maybe.
about you, so don't hear us.
Yeah,
at
we were
all.
just talking shit about you.
I just tried to reboot. Yeah, I heard you guys saying something about somebody putting another window cleaner putting a bad report on your review or someplace or something like that.
Dude, that was like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I know you're behind 3
We're
hours.
pretty
but
much
fuck.
talking about your internet.
shit you were saying. Yeah, no, one of the things we were talking about that earlier, Mark, on the phone about, like, remember we were talking about when you have your telephone number, when you have your vehicle stickered up, people like to call and say
Yep.
for bullshit, saying, hey, you parked in my spot. Hey, you cut me off. Hey, blah, 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 all that. But it's the same thing, like when you get all hooked into like Yelp or Angie's List and all that, like my thinking about all that is like, okay, like for example, if you don't have a driver's license, you can't get any points against it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like It's almost like the thing, like when you have a review page. If you don't have a review page, nobody could leave you a bad review or a good review.
Yeah, well, that's where
what
I'm
I've
at.
done. I just eliminated after that Eric Bland shit. I just eliminated my reviews. I'm just like, fuck it.
Gone.
Hey, Richie, Richie's internet is so bad. He's on podcast 75 right now.
I mean, 90% of my customers it's all referral based anyway, all of it, you know. I mean, there are people that come in all the time, like at my stores, you know, they're quoting $20 or $40 less than I'm doing it, and people are just like, nah, we want Richie, we don't care. You know, I mean, like, I've never had anybody just like throw me under the bus because somebody undercut me.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have happened, and I just don't know about it. But I mean, usually my customers.
Well, here's good news. Here's good news, Richie. Philip says to give you the poll now, so I'm just going to give it to you now.
Wait a minute, TJ. If you could keep it the same, let Richie have it after you're done with it. Okay, and
He
then
doesn't want it, so he's going to chart. Then he's going to tell you, "Where's my money for my sim poll that I told you could have?" Because that's what he did to me. Here, take this sim pole, do some videos on it, hang this banner up. You can keep it, and then like, I want my money. Here, sell this pole. You should keep it. No, I think I want my money. Sell this pole, and then I'm gonna give it to you, and he's gonna be like, Richie, where's my money for that pole I gave you?
Right, you gonna get that money somewhere, boy.
I'm gonna do him a super solid. YouTube's. I'm gonna do YouTube's first super solid fucking Simpole fucking review video. It's going to be the first one on YouTube. I know PH7 does some, but they're really far back, and you know they're okay. They're not really good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give his poll some love, and then I'm gonna send it back to him so he can shove it up his old fucking ass and leave you the fuck alone.
No reason to give you any love for that publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Yeah, just the fucking, you know, the John fucking calling me a fairy.
Oh, no, thanks, Phil.
Fucking
Philip. We gave you 4 weeks of promotion in the group and the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and shit to Richie right now. I want to say
something about this. As a guy that's a former high-rise guy, and I could run with the best of them back in the day, okay, owning a company that has a good percentage of his revenue coming from high-rise, okay, for dollar for dollar, you can make as much money, you as a business owner will always make more than any employee of any high-rise company.
Bro.
B, you know, it's a job. It's a thrill at first, then it's a job, and it's a hard job. I mean,
which I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah,
it's like I said, the guy that taught me how to clean windows is a tradition. He's a high-rise guy.
But I can tell you this: when you get in that elevator with your bucket and your chair, and if someone comes into the elevator and they look at you and go, man, I wouldn't want your job. And I used to say, it's the most money I could make sitting down, right? To be honest with you, I'm lying, okay? I'm lying because it doesn't pay what it should, okay?
Oh, no.
A fucking plumber replacing a flush valve makes more per hour than you do climbing off a fucking building, okay? So never, you know, look, it's a different breed. Okay, and I know that to be true because I've been on both sides of that coin. But dude, I wouldn't take any of that personally because, like I said, coming from both sides of the coin. I
just get tired of fucking hearing it.
No, I hear you. I understand.
At the end of the day, dude, it's not like they don't have that.
Water-fed
high-rise guys. High-rise guys don't have what we get. When we're at the customer's house.
This ain't the high rise. This ain't the high rise podcast. This ain't the water fed pole podcast. This ain't the traditional window cleaning podcast. This is the Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio podcast. That's what this is, and we'll talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. You can either listen or you cannot listen. But what we will talk about is cleaning fucking windows. That's what we will talk about.
You know what I want to... I have been bombarded started up again, fucking Home Advisor.
Oh, yeah, them fuckers,
They got a fucking plan going again, and they fucking call, and I go to the lady, didn't we go through this like 3 months ago? And she goes, is this the owner of the business? And I'm like, no, I'm the employee. Well, can I speak to the owner? And I'm like, hang on, he's sitting right here. And I'm like, hello? Can I help you or something? And she's like, well, we want to get you signed up with Home Advisor. Okay. Can you send me some pictures?
Did you record this at all? Why don't you record this shit?
I don't know how. I want to.
You don't know how? You can record your farts to me every fucking day.
Yeah, but
you don't know how to record that?
But that's the only app running on the phone. Dude, that app is always waiting for me.
Record that shit. When you're doing that, just hold that button and record that shit while you're doing it.
Tim, for you, understand this. The Voxer and the voice recorder app that I use for that symphony is on the home page of my phone, so I can easily get to it. So just in case I got a train coming down the highway, buddy.
next time that you're with Home Advisor and you're talking to them in a Beavis and Butthead voice, make sure you're hitting that same.
The voice record probably would work.
Right.
But I told you when the Home Advisor called me about a year ago.
That shit on speaker.
Yeah. Well, I told the girl, I said, listen, just so you know, this call might be being recorded. And she says, is that for training purposes? And I said, no, because you sound pretty hot. In about a half hour, I'm going to be rubbing one out in your honor. They didn't bother me for another year. Now they're back. Now they send dudes calling me.
Yeah, dude, it's, that's, I can't do it, man. I don't get that service. Like, you pay us for a lead you may or may not get.
Well, they're giving it to other local guys, so what good is that? Now
That's what they say. That's what they say. Well, I got all this work in your area, and I'm like, well, I don't know why you'd have all that work. They ain't called me.
Yeah. No, well,
because if there was all this work in area, trust me, they'd have called me, and I already would have went and bid that shit.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear that. I'll just give it to another guy in your area. I was like, well, cool, give it to him. I don't care.
I try to shut them down because I go, wait a minute, the name of your company is Home Advisor, and you specialize in home-based services. I said, but I just told you I'm a commercial company. And they say, oh, we get buildings too. And I go, why would a building go to a company called Home Advisor? And they're like, well, that's pretty interesting,
Yeah. Most of the time you're going to hear from a national company like fucking Nest or something like that. That's who you're going to hear from on a building. If somebody,
dude, Nest sent me a request for proposal, and I looked on. I walked halfway across this new mall, and I'm like, all right, cool, I can get my foothold in the mall, and it was for like a Gap store or something like that, Baby Gap.
I got one for Finish Line.
Yeah, and it says weekly. Twice a month the low glass, once a month the upper glass, once a month the inside complete. And I'm looking at it going, okay, it's like $45-50 a cleaning. And then I turn the page over and it says, we will pay $15 for this. I'm like, not to me, you won't.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Do I get some clothes or something?
I had a similar situation there, and it was just low glass in and out, but there's a ton of shit in the way. And they were like, we'll pay you $10 inside and out. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll give you $25 is what I'll charge you. And everything's got to be moved out of the way. I'm not moving all that display shit out of the way to clean that glass. Yeah. That's why whoever was doing it before wasn't doing it, because they ain't moving that shit neither.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These giant fucking displays, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to slide that shit into a display window, at least have the forethought to be like, somebody's got to get in here to clean this glass. Maybe I'll leave a little pathway. You know what I mean? They don't even do that. You know what I mean? Fucking idiots.
and they'll pay you $15 and you'll wait 90 days to get paid.
Yeah, and. Well, most of the time, dude, I'd show up. Like, the mall is like, yo, listen, you got to be off the mall floor by 9:30. You have to be off the floor. You cannot be on the floor after 9:30. That, the store's open. We don't want nobody in there servicing. I'm like, cool. These motherfuckers never show up. Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I take my time. I'll sit there till 9:35, 9:40. They're not showing up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm leaving. And it kept happening over and over and over again. And finally, they're like, why aren't you serving this location? I'm like, because the fucking manager is always late. Always late.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did.
You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with it for $25 fucking dollars. She's like, well, have a nice life. I'm like, well, fuck you too, bitch.
Yeah. I had one that was a Gap store, a regular Gap, inside an indoor mall. Same thing. You couldn't be there after 9:30 washing, right?
Yeah.
So I would get there at 9 o'clock and wash the outside, and I had to wait till the gates open, right? And then I would do the inside. And after they opened the gates around 9:15, you had to call in on an automated system and check in, and then you'd have to check out. So basically what happened was I was getting like $45 of cleaning. And so, like I said, I'd go in, I'd check in, but I had already washed the outside, right? And then I'd check out like 20 minutes later, and they call me up and go, wait a minute, you washed the inside and the outside in 15 minutes? And I'm like, no, I was here before because you can't get in to check in. Oh, no, you need to check in when you do it. And I go, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They wanted me to wait till the gates open, then wash the outside, you know, to check in, then go wash out. Yeah, I'm like, no, you're in another state. Fucking lick a dick.
Yeah, fuck you. I ain't doing that. Eat my whole ass.
Yeah, there's no money, in my opinion, there is no money walking in the mall and doing 1 or 2 Gap stores or working for those national service. I don't know anyone that
$8 friggin' insurance.
Yeah. They're like, you gotta carry fucking $2.5 million in aggregate, and fucking you gotta have your car insured to park it in the parking lot. I'm like, well, I got full coverage on my truck. No, you need a special policy in case you drive through the fucking mall and hit the Gap. You know what I mean? It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. No, I'm not doing that shit.
I just tell them my business owns no vehicles.
Yeah.
My company owns no vehicles.
I don't have nothing. No. How do you get there, sir? I take the bus.
Yeah, I ride my bicycle, bitch.
Yeah, I ride my bicycle.
My name's Bob. Bobby Kid.
I ain't seen no hide nor hair of Bob Bouquet or Willie. I ain't seen the hide nor hair in neither one of them.
I think we'll see him tomorrow.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Better see him tomorrow.
Tim is Angie's list good. I don't know. How many times can we talk about the same projects?
No.
Home Advisor, no. Angie List, no. Fuck that shit. There you go. No. Episode 80. Angie's List, Home Advisor, no.
No.
You should have insurance. You should put soap in your water.
Right.
You know.
You should at least carry the minimum insurance. I mean, it's only going to cost you $37 a month. Minimum, at least. At least $350,000, I think, is the minimum. You should have that.
That's the same thing I got going on, Fernando. The mall here is always open for walkers, so there's always mall walkers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here.
You know what I mean? So you gotta respect the mall and the people using the mall in the morning. And it's just like, you got this fucking guy that don't want to show up on time. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck this. I'm not. Let
me tell you one thing I know. I would rather wash. Never mind the hours. We know about the hours because you can't work in the mall. But I would rather wash a storefront twice a month that's by a traffic light getting dirty than to take that lint that comes off.
Fuck that, dude. Because your water's shot, your mop shot, your fucking squeegee shot.
Yeah.
It's over.
Get it, man. That lint, whatever that lint is, forget it.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is either, but it's like a special mall lint.
Yeah. Dude, you put the mop on it and the thing sticks to the window. You can go like this.
Soak up all your water. You got a dripping mop. You stick it on the window and it just sucks all the water up. It's a pain in the ass.
I hate indoor mall work.
Well, I used to do the skylights in that mall at night, and I'm telling you, man, you talk about fucking that lint. Can you imagine that lint on skylights burnt to the skylight? Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that lint.
And then you do them in the dark, because they're too cheap to turn on the fucking lights. And they're like, look, there's a streak right there. And I'm like, listen, it's going to be there till the next time, because I'm not bringing that fucking lift back in here, driving it on the carpet, because you got to make real wide turns, move everything out of the way, because they got carpet squares glued down. And if you move that lift just a little bit, it rips that shit up. You know what I started doing is I wrapped the tires in Visqueen.
Yeah. That makes it slide without.
And it just make it slip. I mean, sometimes you do some, if you get too hard on the gas. But if you wrap the lift tires in Visqueen on that carpet, you'll have a little leeway when you're turning. It's a little slippery.
Yeah. You could take a full 22-inch mop full of water that's dripping and stick it on a mall window, and it'll be dry after one fucking window.
Right. Do you use 22-inch washers?
Yeah, today I was using the 18 because my elbow and shoulder were sore, and I find that really helps a lot. Today I took a little note out of the TJ book. I loosened up the handle on my pivot mop on my 18 and was just completely playing the glass top to bottom with without doing the top and then doing the bottom, just to see if it saved any time or anything, you know. But yeah, no, it was about the same. It was about the same, but you know, I do prefer the 22-inch tools. But like I said, when my shoulder, my elbow starts to get tired or sore,
I prefer the 22-inch squeegee for sure. I've never bought a mop larger than 18 inches because I don't want to carry a fucking special bucket to get it wet.
Yeah, well, you use those.
And I refuse to use a spray bottle.
Yeah.
Those fucking pump up plant sprayers. Get the fuck
Let me tell you the one thing I did notice, because I use the Unger Green microfiber mop covers. There is a big difference about how much more water that 22 holds over the 18. Because that extra 4 inches, dude, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you're also talking, I mean, your 18 is probably not as broken as your 22.
No, it's not. It's not.
Right.
You're right about that, because I don't use it. I have 2 buckets in the bed of my truck. One is 18, 22, and then my cut-up tools. And then the other one is just the strictly 22, because I like to dunk my mop in there and nothing's in the way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mainly
you're
on
so fucking
residential,
cool,
but when I'm on commercial, I mean, my bucket only holds an 18-inch.
Dude,
Mark
have you?
is so
That just
fucking
reminded me
cool,
of
man.
something. I got to tell you a funny story. You ever seen that stuff? It's like it's an absorbent, right? And it comes in a powder, and you sprinkle it on a spill, and then you can literally pick up the spill. You know what I'm talking about? T?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my brother, before he went in the Air Force, worked at a grocery store. And he brings me home this jar of this absorbent, right? And I'm like, what exactly is that? He goes, this is the coolest thing. So he takes a glass of water and he sprinkles like 2 tablespoons in there, and it turns into a gel, right? You know what I'm saying? So when I worked for that guy, I had a whole jar of that, right? So, and Rick always had his tools. You could not dip them in the bucket because he had 20 cut-ups. He had the whole 9 yards. So other guy John's working with, I go, John, distract him. I'm going to dump something in his bucket. Watch, this is going to be funny. John goes, hey, Rick, you know, you got a scratch on the side of your truck over here? Where? And he goes run around. I dumped the whole jar in his bucket that had about 3-4 gallons of water. Dude, all of a sudden, we're standing there, and it expanded so much, it was pouring into the bed of the truck. Right? So I'm trying not to laugh, right? So all of a sudden, Rick notices it, and he goes, what the fuck did you do? And I'm trying not to laugh. I'm like, what are you talking about? And John's looking at it with his eyes this big. I go, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, what the fuck did you put in my bucket? Dude, I'm not kidding you. He grabs the bucket. It probably weighed 100 pounds now. He turns it upside down and nothing comes out.
It's fucking great.
He goes, I don't know what that was, but it took me like 3 hours to get that shit washed out of my tools.
I'd have thrown them away.
I don't hate them. I just don't use them, man. You know what I mean? You know, some people save time with the pump up sprayer deal, and some people just save time doing it the old way.
I think it's a waste of time, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
I go for speed.
I don't know.
But
I'm not
the
sure.
pump up sprayers?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
not a fan.
I'm just
You
not.
know what?
You know, I'm not saying it's
you're worried
not
about-
cool.
If you're
Some
worried about
dudes are, you know, it's all about what you're using and your technique and your tools
Here's
you
the thing.
use. And
Listen, no,
You
wait.
know, it is what
if
it
you're worried
is.
about if you're worried about fingerprints in your restaurant, take your pole, take your washer mitt, go in, hit every window fingerprint high all around the restaurant, and pre-soak them bitches, and then come back and do your windows. You never have to worry about fingerprint again.
Well,
Done.
not only that, if you're using a squirt bottle or a pump sprayer, you're never flushing your mop out, and that shit is
Right.
going to get gnarly.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
Stinks, man.
nasty.
Yeah. I think
well,
though, like,
Richie's
if you're doing-
Richie's a bottle using a bone smoker.
Yeah.
Let him talk about it.
how I use it is different. Like I get all my stops are in my van. So like sometimes I'll have like 2 or 3 stops, or 2 or 3 shops to do in one stop. Sometimes I'll have 1, sometimes I'll have 4, sometimes I'll have 2, whatever.
Right.
But every time when I get out to do my next stop, I clean my mop out and
Yeah.
put water on it. You know, so it's not like I'm sitting there just using this, you know, the same.
It would seem like you guys put a lot more soap on your mop, though, don't you? When you're
Sometimes.
doing that?
Commercially,
Right.
you do than residentially all day long
Right.
if you're taking handprints and stuff off. Absolutely.
Right, but I mean, I'm talking like when you're continuously putting stuff on your mop. I mean, you're adding more soap on than you normally would. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what really gets the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Jersey Nation says TSP for fingerprints. Now, to my knowledge, you can't get real trisodium phosphate anymore, and the stuff that's out now is not trisodium phosphate. Yet they call it, and I could be wrong. So correct me, Jersey, if I'm wrong. But I've tried that stuff. Number one, it's very hard to get it to dissolve in cold water. It just lays in the bottom of the bucket. And number two, if you leave anything, it's bright white. I mean, and you can't detail it either.
Seriously, if you're on the job, if you just go around and you hit your boost areas where you and literally just hit your, if you got an 18 or 22 inch mop, just hit where the bottom of the ledge is and just go across each window. Go to your door frames, hit up above the door and handle below it. Yeah. And just hit all that and go back.
Well, you know what I do? I usually keep a small square, maybe 4 inches square, of the blue Scotch Brite just laying in the bottom of my gunslinger. Right. And I'll take that out when I got to get under a door pull or behind a door pull or, like you said, a real nasty handprint. As I'm wetting with one hand, I'm scouring with the other. Done.
So those ones, the door frames, I get a lot of these, especially in my churches. I do some churches, but you can't get in between with the squeegee.
Churches fried chicken?
No, not churches fried chicken. Churches, literally churches.
Jesus.
Yes, Jesus churches. But you
Working
can't get
for
in
the
between.
Lord.
Yes, I am.
Clean the Lord's windows. Do they pay you? Because I had a church that wanted it for free.
No,
Maybe.
they
You'll never
pay
know.
me. They just don't pay me taxes. But you can't. So, listen, I'm gonna teach these new guys. If you get one of these door frames that you can't get a squeegee in between, there's no way you're getting a squeegee in between. There's no way to do anything in between that window. Always do the top first. Take your blue towel, get that bitch, and just slide that bitch in and go across it with the blue towel.
Oh my!
Come back
Oh my!
We know this. We know the tricks. I'm just teaching the trick to the new guys.
And I'll tell you that's what we do. We belt when windows are really funky. Like I'm doing the McDonald's every 2 weeks now because it's winter instead of every week, so they're really fucking bad. That's what we just call it belly. We just belly the windows all the way around. You know what I mean? We get them, scrub them real good and leave them, and then we'll come back. You know what I mean? And we'll start where we normally start, and then just boom, bang them all out. You know, we start where we're gonna start, belly all the windows, get all the fingerprints wet, give them a little bit of a scrub, and then when we come back around, everything just comes right off. Just no bullshit. And it's not like you're doing double the work or nothing. It's just it's pretty fucking cool.
I used to do about 12 Burger Kings, and there was always one Burger King that people would do the pickle race where they heave the pickle on the windows and see which one hits the ground first. Yeah. You had to scrape that ketchup and mustard off with a scraper, literally.
Yeah.
I got a McDonald's where the guy that he must have had a 1-inch scraper. He never changed the blade on. There's fucking little marks all over everything. It's just like, fuck, dude.
We had an Arby's that we'd have to keep going back to every time they changed GMs because there was, when the manufacturer set a window, there was a full handprint inside the glass. You ain't getting that shit off. It's in between the glass. So every time that we get a new GM, we'd have to go back because of the handprint. You couldn't explain it to him on the phone. Then you'd have to show him in real life.
I actually lost 2 Wendy's because of that. Because there was a piece of glass that was fogged. There's a piece of glass. There's a piece of glass on both these Wendy's. And once a new manager came in and started overseeing those two stores, she's like, I was gone. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, well, can you tell me what I did wrong? She's like, you do every window here, and this window you skip it every time, and then the other one you skip this window, and there's no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I was like, well, those windows are fogged; they need replaced. Yeah. Well, needless to say, she doesn't work there anymore, and I have instead of having fucking 3 of those Wendy's, now I have every one they own. So eat a dick.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Oh, I hate working for no offense, Tim. Restaurant managers for fast food joints can be the biggest fucking.
Oh, dude.
They
cut dollars to make pennies. Seriously. Yeah. It's pennies.
Yeah. I can tell you this right now. The best thing to do once you get into doing a fast food joint, especially if you're doing chains, is get to know the general manager, the district manager. Get to know those people.
Fuck general manager. Yep. Always
but you need to get I'm just saying you need to get in and have a relationship with each one of those fucking people because at the end of the day, the GM and the DMs are still talking to each other, and if the GM's like fuck that guy, the DM's like, all right, well, I need this lady to open these restaurants up. Fuck that window cleaner.
You're taking the DM to the strip club or the golf course or whatever the fuck that DM likes to do. If you're hustling that DM, you got them whatever you want. I mean, you got to just find out what that DM wants. If he wants to go to the bar,
I got one district manager. She call anytime she calls me, I pick up the phone. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. As soon as I see her name, I'm like, whoa, hello? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and as soon as she says, hey, I need you to do this, I'm like, I'll be there. When do you want me there? And if she tells me I'm there 30 minutes early, and I'll fucking, boom, get it done. That's the way you got to be, especially if you're, if you're doing a chain of restaurants or something like that. Like I got a few chains that I do. That's how I get them and keep them, is just, you got to be on it. You got to own that shit. Because if you
Ryan Hessler, he was asking about regional manager. Look, I hate to tell you guys, you can make money in chain restaurants, but there's not big money in it because I've
got several. I've got several. It takes several of those to make any money off of them, dude.
There's a reason I do full-time residential. It's because I don't want to compete in that commercial world no more, man. Yeah. It's just cutthroat, and especially with the fish out there, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I had a restaurant called Habit Burger. I don't know if y'all have them out there, but they're an up-and-coming chain around here. And I was getting $60 a cleaning, and it was okay. Each one would take about an hour in and out to do it right. And I washed this job, and I noticed this woman is watching me, and she's inside. She works there, but I'd never seen her. And I knock on the door to go inside, and I wash the whole inside, and she says to me before I leave, she says, "Who hired you?" I said, "Well, the district manager. He gave me 3 of them. And what are we paying you for this service?" She says to me. And I said, "It's $60 a cleaning." And she goes, "Okay, well, I already hired a window cleaner." And I go, "Well, who exactly are you?" And she says, "Well, who hired you?" I said, "Well, it was Ryan." And she goes, "Well, Ryan's no longer with us. I'm the new district manager." I knew I was numbered, okay? There wasn't anything I was going to say. She goes, "And I'm paying less than 60 a cleaning." And I go, "Well, they climbing up on the pull blinds, and it was by no means a home run job." And I knew. I go, "Well, let me ask you something." Well, she says, "I didn't know we had a window cleaner, so I already hired someone else." And I go, "Well, I've been washing this for a year now. I was hired by the DM." She says, "Well, I'm the new DM." And I said, "Okay, well, these are the 3 that I do." And she goes, just like this, "Not anymore." And I go, "Okay." So we were halfway through the month, okay? So she says, "I'll look into this, but chances are we're not going to have you back." And I go, "I'm fine with that, ma'am." I go, "But I have a question for you. If you hired a window cleaner, not knowing you had a window cleaner," I go, "you've been watching me since I got out of my truck." Because it was 7 o'clock in the morning. There was no business. They don't open till 11. I go, "I got out of my truck, and you watched from the first window I washed till the last window I washed. And now all of a sudden you're firing me. Why didn't you stop me then?" So she goes, "I just wasn't sure about what you were doing." That's what she told me. I go, "Okay."
As you're cleaning windows.
Dude, I got in my truck at, let's say, 7:15. At 7:20, my wife calls me, and she goes, "What did you do over at Habit Burger?" I go, "What do you mean? They canceled already?" She goes, "Yeah, the lady was nasty." And I go, well, I told her the story. I said, "Do me a favor," because they paid corporate, I said, "It's halfway through the month. They've had 2 cleanings. You bill them 120 plus tax for all 3 restaurants. Now, we're not giving them anything." I said, "They're paying for the 2 cleanings," and they didn't want to pay me. They're like, "Well, we never signed a contract with you." I go, "Look, you had personnel change here. That has nothing to do with me. Nobody called me. Nobody said, you didn't come out when I got the bucket out of the truck. You came talk to me after I finished your job. You got your cleaning, so you're paying." And eventually they did pay. So, that's why I say a lot of these, like T, I'm sure you're in with the owner of those Wendy's or the owner of those McDonald's. You're with the DM.
District managers,
Yeah. As long as that person is tight, you're good. But one day you're going to pull up there and some shit is going to go down.
Oh, yeah.
Any of you guys do any Arby's?
No.
Have you seen the?
And this, hey, listen. You know what's weird about that is I do all of those Wendy's. The same guy owns a bunch of Arby's too, and I've never cleaned an Arby's window. Isn't that weird?
Well, have you seen the Pinnacles, the ones with the glass roofs that are 2 stories high?
Yes.
So those things came around in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I think. So when we first started doing those, we were doing those weekly for $125, right?
A cleaning or a month?
Per cleaning.
Yeah.
So that was every time we showed up.
Those fuckers had a lot of glass on them.
Lot of glass. So right now, here and now, they're anywhere from $65 to $75 in today's wages.
They can have it. Let them have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. 2
No.
hours to work for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Not worth it.
I don't have any fast food restaurants anymore, and that's not because I won't take them. It just doesn't fit with me, and I've always found that the better restaurants are not even the chains like Ruby Tuesdays and Chili's. Those are fucking horrible. I'd rather have McDonald's or Burger King than a Ruby Tuesday or a Fridays. But the higher end, like I have 2 Ruth Chris and a Capitol Grill. I don't know if you have them out there. Those you can get a lot of money, and they appreciate your service. You know, like I have a Ruth Chris steakhouse that pays $1.25 a cleaning, and I had one of my route guys on it, right? And the manager calls and he goes, you know, the guy kind of comes in. I know you don't do everything on the inside every week, he says, but he does the doors and then he leaves. He doesn't pull the blinds under. I said, listen, I looked at what they were paying, you know, over $500 a month. Mm-hmm. And I said, Ed, it's my job now. And I spend an hour there every week, no matter what. I'm not looking busy. I'm cleaning. I don't do everything every time, but for $5.25 and change a month, you got to give an hour a week, you know, but it's worth it. And they like the service. They're happy to see you. I just put my good morning ticket on the bench. How you doing? Have a nice day. I go out the back. Gone. They don't babysit you. They don't watch you. You know, sometimes you won't see anybody for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? You just go in through the back, wash it in, leave the ticket, and go. That's the best jobs you can have.
I tell you right now, most of the restaurants that I do are exactly that. I go in, I do my job, and I leave. They don't say nothing. The only time they say anything is if, hey, we got an inspection coming. Can you come and do us an extra cleaning? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're on point for the inspection. That's it.
Which that's expected, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But most restaurants will pay you extra for that. For just coming in, you know what I mean? The ones that they'll give me an extra $20 of cleaning. Like, you know, can you come this day? You know what I mean? Like, well, I just did the windows. Well, can you just come again? You know what I mean? So
I don't charge for that. I won't charge for that usually, unless it's
shit.
No,
I don't. Give me your money.
I don't.
Give me your money.
Right.
I don't know. It's not about the money to me. It's about the loyalty.
Oh, it's about loyalty,
you know,
but I mean,
it's about loyalty.
Well, they're giving me money because I'm there. Yeah, but that's just it. They're doing what they're doing. They're cutting that extra little bit of check there is because I am so fucking boom.
Right.
So that's loyal. That's
so
loyalty. That's loyalty.
Right.
That's loyalty.
They're calling you because they can't call anybody else. I promise you.
Huh?
You know?
Say that again, Tim.
They're calling you because they know they can't call anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they're calling you. That's why you earn that extra cheddar.
Yeah.
So take that cheddar.
Ben.
What?
Ben said, Luke, unblock me. I can't watch any videos or see you on Instagram.
Don't fuck with Luke no more, man.
Yeah, quit fucking with him then, dude.
Right. Shit.
Yeah, man. Shit. Sometimes people are just like, man, stop fucking with me, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they just gotta quiet you down, bro.
So,
you know what I mean?
Case
in point. About 20 minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago, me fucking blowing my top. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta be like, yow! And Luke's he's a nice guy, so he's just gonna block you. He's not gonna be mean to you.
Right. He just ain't gonna fuck with you. He
Yeah.
did that for a year.
Yeah.
He forgets about you.
That's great. Central and Fish ruin the commercial stuff, and crackhead Boabs. Dream Chaser, where are you from?
He must be around us.
Yeah. Where are you from? Because we got Central here, too. Where are you from?
I got Central down here, buddy.
Everybody's got a central window. I got a central window cleaning down here.
Yeah, but we're talking about that little neon green car. I actually met the owners down at IWCA last year. I mean, the guy's nice. I mean, but I don't know.
The Central people here in my area, there's like a new one every couple of months. There's a new there's a new person renting the green car every couple of months. Right. You know what I mean?
The perks for working for Central is a little green car because you only make $10 an hour. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, I see. I don't know.
Yeah.
They must do shit really.
The main guy from Cleveland. I don't even remember. I gotta figure out his name. I'll figure out his name.
Curtis? Is it Curtis?
How would you know?
Answer my question, Klein.
I have no clue.
I know everything. I'm the smartest man in window cleaning.
No, you're the richest.
And the
man.
richest.
Look, no, I'm
No,
not the
he's
richest.
both.
I'm the
He's
smartest.
both.
Okay,
Just because
He's
you're the
both.
richest
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're the smartest. But he
Curtis.
like he's always coming down from Cleveland to cover the Giant Eagles and shit down here. So I mean, they're having problems keeping people up here. All right, I mean,
Well,
who's going to work for $10 an hour?
That's a
Look,
different. That's a
listen,
difficult
no, 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 no.
demographic they're working in.
Not only
Right.
that, let me explain something to you. It doesn't matter if it's $10 an hour. It doesn't matter if it's $15 an hour. It doesn't matter if it's $20 an hour. Nobody is going to clean or dedicate themselves to your business like you do. Okay, so you got to get that out of your head. I've had guys making $20+ an hour can't get out of fucking bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
Look, they're not you. They're not me.
I don't
They're-
sweat.
Rich-
I don't sweat those national chains or the statewide chains or regional chains like Fish and Central. You're not on my level. I'm not saying they're
'Cause
not good window cleaners, but I'm not feeling. You know what I mean? If you come in and do fucking, like a
They're
bank
doing
of
desk
fucking
jobs.
windows. That's what I'm
You know?
saying, and they're doing them for like next to nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're doing that other company that does all the subbing for Kroger and Giant Eagle. They're doing so they're a third party for that.
Yeah,
so
there's
they're
no
making
money.
the biggest buck
Look,
in that.
look. If window cleaning doesn't pay enough, you direct invoicing them. What would make you think being the third in line you're going to make a fucking
Right.
dime?
You're
You know
not.
what I'm saying? No,
Not.
you're not. You're not.
When Nest came in and took the hallmarks at one time. So we were doing the hallmarks, and they came up to us and said, "Well, what would we charge for the service?" And we were doing it for 45, so we said 45. Well, they accepted that service, so we were still doing the job for the same price, except now Nest was tacking on another 2 times that to the main company. But that was how they were saving money. That was the new policy. This is how we're saving money. You're not saving money. You're paying 3 times the price for window cleaning now to write one check
Seth Byers
instead
says
of.
he's got the kilt guys. We actually were going to have one of those men in kilts dudes on the podcast, but he bowed out at the last second. But I guess he's in
I think
Cincinnati.
He probably realized we were in Ohio and he bowed out real quick.
I don't
You
know.
Man, I would.
You know, that's cool. That's cool.
I would
Again,
love to take over Cincinnati.
I would love to see you in
Bro.
that fucking that kilt on the shores of Lake Erie. I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
fucking frostbite on your balls.
I would love to see that. That would be interesting to
They're
see.
doing windows at $4 a double hung down in Cincinnati right now. It's cutthroat down in Cincinnati. Yeah, it's so bad down there.
God,
so bad.
dog.
So bad down there. I just don't want it to
That's-
leak up here. You know?
I keep, this is the way I keep, doing what I'm doing, and Mark kind of alluded to this. And, Philip, of course, he kind of said something as well. There's a difference between, you going out and cleaning windows for yourself and this kid going out and cleaning windows for Joe Blow. It's just a difference. There's a difference there. So you can set yourself apart in that way. You know what I mean? You're going to probably put a little more effort and time into the service than someone making an hourly rate.
Yeah,
Just,
see, when I worked for someone, I think, though I have a big fucking mouth and I fuck with the boss, okay, because I also knew, not being arrogant, I could do anything that he had me to do, high rise and pressure cleaning, and I could sell for him. And it was one of 3 people, so I knew I was a key factor, and I was there for a long time. So the point is, I'd like to think I was a good employee and made somebody money, but that's hard to find, dude. I mean, I got 2 guys over 10 years that would take a bullet for the company, and
Right.
I'm very fortunate. Everybody that's ever seen these 2 guys work together go, that's gold. And someday, unfortunately, it's going to go away, or and you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for that. But what's out there in the labor force is shit. So if you spend less time being so concerned about what Fish and all these fucking assholes are doing, who gives a shit, dude? Because don't complain that they're taking your work when you wouldn't do it for that price anyway. You're not going to do it for that. That guy's not a window cleaner. He's a kid making $10 an hour while he's going to school, and he's fucking swiping windows, and he's fucking using 40 rags a day. You're going to go home and fucking make bank. That kid he ain't going to be around in a month.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what? That was an awesome point, Richie. Thanks for adding.
It was some kid making $10 an hour using 100 rags.
Well, I'm just
a day.
glad you're here on video to shake your head and nod in agreement with stuff, or like this, or like that, or
And
like
Yeah,
the
come
other
on,
thing-
Richie, man.
You guys were talking about the franchise, or not franchise.
yeah, we know what we were talking about.
Chains. Yeah, chains suck, man. Franchises are cool because they're individually owned and operated. And, you know, usually you get hooked into somebody that owns a franchise store, you know, you're golden. But chains, man, I've had too many of them. Stories like what when Mark was talking about what happened to him with that lady, I was like, geez, like I was having flashbacks to like, I don't know, probably a half a dozen times over the years, same thing. And so whenever I get, I mean, they're nice. They're kind of like nice waves to ride. Like if I get somebody like a chain, a GM or GM approaches me, and I'll ride the wave. But I mean, I'm charging them premium because I know in a month they're going to be gone. They're going to have a new manager for 6 months, and so I'm just going to get as much money as I can from them, and that's it. Other than that, I don't chase them.
Right now, I am using because I still have some pieces of Black Diamond left, but I won't buy it from fucking Perry Tate because he's a piece of shit. Sorry, Richie. But yeah, I've been using. I'll go back to using Sorbo and Unger soft rubber in my Unger channels. That's just. I'll just go back to what I was doing before.
I got about 10 Black Diamond left, and then I'll go back to Edoray and Solo.
Yeah, I've got some. I think I might have maybe a half, maybe 1, 2, 3 strips unbroken of the Sorbo style rubber of Black Diamond, and after that's gone, I'm just gonna go back to buying Sorbo. Fuck it, I won't buy shit no more. Fuck it.
Unger make a medium round top, or is it just soft?
They may or may not. All I
Can
know
I
is
ask you
what
a question?
I use.
Maybe I'm too old to understand. They start talking about the round top and the flat top, and I know what it means, but isn't the top of the rubber where it cleans, not the bottom of the rubber where it goes in the channel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's about whether it's going to fit a Sorbo or not.
I understand that, but they call it round top, and the round part goes in the channel, and the top is actually the part that cleans the glass. Y'all got it all backwards.
Oh, I get you now.
Oh, sorry,
saying?
the round bottom
Yeah.
squeeges. Fuck off.
Round bottom.
Fucking
off.
I'm gonna
You're a
set every
fucking
falsehood
douche.
that comes out.
You're a
I thought it was
fucking douche.
Listen,
You're
I'm
a fucking douche.
I'm just telling you. Now that we're up to 80 shows, I'm going to correct everything that's wrong in this podcast. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically they're right, Mark, because when you're cleaning the glass, the bottom of the squeegee is on the glass, and the top of the squeegee is facing you.
Yeah, I just figured that out. That's why
So
we're
technically
laughing
we're
at
right, you fucking hoe-ass bitch.
it. Yeah, Summer's Eve.
Yes, Summer's Eve. That's Mark Summer's Eve Tanner.
Right.
Dude, you're the one that, yeah.
Mark Vinegadouche fucking
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm
What
going
are
to
you
do
gonna
this.
do?
Look,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to tell
do
you the
this.
story first, and then I'm going to do
Oh,
something. And it's not going to be a drawn-out story.
Which was the
When my kids, listen.
Long story short.
All right. When my kids were growing up, we used to have a party every Memorial Day, right?
Okay.
Neighbors, friends from other counties came, and it got to be like 75 people at my house, which we had to put the kibosh on it.
shit.
But
Yeah.
we rent one of these big, giant 20-foot high water slides for the kids, and it was a blast. Well, as the kids grew older, they didn't want the water slide no more, and someone had a brilliant idea to get a dunk tank, right? So I get this fucking dunk tank delivered in the yard, okay? I'm cooking, right? I'm doing barbecue and whatnot.
Right.
And one of my neighbors is like, you need to get in the dunk tank, Mark. And I'm like, not getting in the dunk tank. Yeah, you need it.
Wait. Time out. Mark, I want to put one example out for you to finish the story, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I got a quick story, right? It's short. All right. There was a road.
Yeah.
I crossed it. I
Yeah.
lived in the story.
Okay. Bon Jovi
Short.
sucks, by the way. So
They
so-
do
no,
too.
Here's the point of it. I'm gonna let y'all throw all the rocks you want at me. You can fucking
Okay.
No, we're
trash it.
okay, go ahead.
So I put
Mark,
this
you talk-
fucking dunk tank in the backyard, and finally they talked me into going into it. Well, I know the best way to.
Wait a minute.
Not-
I didn't want to get into the dunk tank.
I didn't
What
want to
was your
get in the dunk tank because I knew what was about to happen, which did happen. The point behind the dunk tank is to frustrate the man throwing the ball, so he gets mad and tries to throw it real hard and doesn't sink you, right? So I get in the dunk tank and I start going off on all my neighbors. Dude, I had 2 neighbors that wouldn't talk to me for like 5 years because they're like, you weren't playing around. You've wanted to say that the whole time. You know?
We thought maybe you didn't want to get in the dunk tank because you were too short and you were drowned in it.
Yeah, I would drown in the dunk tank. I can't reach the ladder. Hey,
The edge is too high.
Yeah. Thanks for your help, Richie. Yeah, it was a small dunk tank.
It's only enough to get my knees wet.
Exactly.
So what about your wife, Mark?
What about she got in the dunk tank? I sunk her ass.
No. Yeah, I mean, like, isn't she part of the? Aren't wives? That's what they do. They go and they kind of cool out the shit with the neighbors, don't they? Doesn't your wife go and like make nice with the neighbors that were mad at you?
No, because she knows that it was all in good innocence. But basically, I was just, frustrating people by ragging on them, and 2 of them took it the wrong way. I'm like, dude, I'm just, I apologized. I'm like, I wasn't calling them bad names. The kids were there, but I'm just like frustrating them, It was just a way of words.
So what were you going to do after that story?
For example, yeah, what is it that you said to them that got them pissed at you for 5 years? Just tell me what it is. What'd you say? I
don't even remember. One of the guys was he owned a lawn landscaping company, so I was trashing about him on his business and everything.
Yeah, but what were you going to do though after the story? You're like, and then I'm going to do something. What are you going to do?
Well, so because you guys were just all throwing rocks at the same time, I'm going to stand here and take the rocks, and then I'm going to fucking smash all 3 of you. Oh my god.
Well,
aim low. Dave the window licker, aim low.
Well, fortunately for everyone involved, the podcast is over.
Holy fuck.
Well, we didn't have a Bigfoot moment.
No more Bigfoot moment. Life is too serious for Bigfoot moments with T Squeegee. My life sucks.
I like Bigfoot motors.
I'm quitting life right now.
Well, let's not do that.
Yeah, I'm done.
We gotta get coffee.
I'll start back up next week on.
I'm just now starting to hear
when the weather breaks finally. It does break. There is a hope.
Yeah. Well, that was the podcast. We'll be back Sunday.
Yes, we will.
I don't know what we'll do Sunday. We'll do something Sunday. Mark might quit the show because we're all throwing rocks at him and stuff.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucking waiting. I'm ready to go.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we'll do a record a show because I got someone very super important to do the podcast. I can't tell. It's going to be a surprise, especially if it's a record episode. So here soon, there's going to be an episode of Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio that's not going to be live. We're probably going to have to do it at a weird time to get it done, but I want to get it done. I'm going to talk to the guys privately after the show and fill them in on it. But
we're going to another continent, man. Fellas.
Yeah, I don't know. We're definitely not going to another continent. We figured out that people just go there to sell cheap shit. Fuck people.
Yeah, or move away because they're not allowed in certain places.
Yeah, fucking douchebags. But we will definitely, like I said, there will be an episode here soon that we won't be live, and you guys will just have to watch. And I think you guys might really enjoy this. I mean, we may end up doing it live. We might just have to do it a little earlier. But if,
do that,
like I said, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you could probably do that too, Mark. If we set something up in advance, maybe do it a little earlier than we normally do.
Whatever you want. Just let me know.
We'll set it up, and you guys know we do it Wednesdays and Sundays. So one of those days we'll go ahead.
If it is who I think it is, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be well worth it. Guys taking out the time to. It's going to be a cool ass show. So,
hey, can I promote some shit real quick?
Sure, Tim. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, hey, just maybe tomorrow be looking for maybe Bob coming back and instigating Willie a little bit. Maybe.
Ooh,
maybe.
Cool.
If you would, I mean, next week starts season, right? you and me.
Officially,
So we should, yeah. So I'm gonna have some
Supposed to
more
be
vlog
nice.
videos. I got
We
some
have
more
to-
vlog videos coming out on.
We have to get through
Well-
Lent first.
Yeah.
Well, I got
more
the
vlog
fucking
videos come out. You got videos coming out?
yeah. I actually want to talk to Mark after the show about a certain video that I want to do this week. So, what
Please
I'm
don't
gonna
blow-
end up
please don't blow-
yeah, the weather's supposed to be changing, so maybe I'll be able to get on top of my shit. You
Right.
know what I mean? I don't know. So hopefully
Yeah,
I'll be able
okay.
to start cleaning glass and fucking getting after it and getting myself
Fine.
out of this fucking
I'm right there
mess
with
I'm
you,
in.
buddy.
Yeah, it's still
Okay,
gonna-
wait.
like what?
You done with your promo, Timo? You done with your
Yeah,
promo there, dude?
I am.
Richie, you
I
got
am.
anything to promo while you're up there? What the hell is he doing?
Go
over
to
there?
www.windowmagicsupply.com. Put in an order with them. Try them out, guys. They're a good little company. Richie Blue really loves them. They taught Richie how to clean windows. Go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Got some t-shirts on there. Soon we'll have some other shit on there too, so people will stop fucking crying. Go to www.simpole.com and get annoyed for the rest of your life, but buy a super sweet fucking water-fed pole. Philip makes a
one more
great
thing.
pole there at
Yeah, one more thing,
www.simpole.com.
Simple. Not to step on Phil's plug there. There you go, Phil. You got your plug, and I've got 2 shout-outs to do.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, Tammy and Aunt Jackie. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Fernando used did you
Fernando
use
used the rub and he liked it. Sweet, man.
Nice.
Awesome,
Good deal.
dude. Yeah, so
I want some rub now.
I'll give you some rub, motherfucker.
Yes.
Woo,
You can send
baby.
some.
Don't tease me.
You might as well send them jars out to whoever. Jason
Yeah.
Lehman. Send Jason Lehman some.
Yeah, I
Or-
know. I'm going to.
It's all good.
We'll get it later.
We'll
got
get
you.
him to him. We'll get him out.
Send Richie some. He can put it in his guacamole.
Hey!
Richie
Ah.
Blue. Richie Blue.
Hey!
Is that Richie Blue?
We love you, Richie Blue.
All right, guys. So we'll see you Sunday with another episode of Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio. This has been fun. Sorry I had to fucking flip my fucking shit, but I'm in a bad mood. So
It's all good. All
It's
good
all
in the
good.
hood.
all right, fellers. We'll see you guys in a few days. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.